doing it. That's how they get you.
But what I was going to say, I think there's a difference between the truth and your truth. I think a lot of times in these conversations that we have, that men and women both, but since we were initially talking about men, is that I think they tell you their truth as opposed to the truth being what it really is. That doesn't mean that it's going to change based on who says it. You know what I'm saying? Also, I do think that when we're talking about being lied to, I think if we're getting our information from the media in general, I think we're all being lied to across the board. Women are being lied to, of course, because there's a market, there's a certain aspect of, I'm going to say this, so there's some kind of benefit. But I also think that happens with men too. Like a lot of times men will be in these spaces and they'll talk about how they can be 70 years old and pull a 19-year-old and she really loves them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're like, okay, so I think people do lie to themselves and then find a group that's going to reinforce that lie, and then it becomes truth to that group.
And let me tell you, and I hate to, when we're talking about women, I don't want it to be like, okay, we asked about women and now we're talking about men. But I need you to understand why the women don't take this criticism from you. If you don't walk the walk, why would you take advice from somebody who's not even doing it themselves? Would you want me to be a 10 and you sit here being a 3? Like, come on, what are we doing here? Because if I become a 10, 3s ain't gonna get no. It's like, so it's okay. And then there's another point I want to make when it comes to body positivity. Okay, it's almost like
we be lying. Same, huh? I said that whole body positivity thing. Yeah, I think is a lie.
It's a lie, because I've seen more people with their stomachs, especially these teenagers. They wear these little midriffs to school, and in their stomach, they can't even see their belt buckle, and it's like,
and they have a belly ring on it, and you can't even
see and the belly ring is like trying to stay in place, but it's a struggle every day. But what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to body positivity, we should always try to be healthier individuals, correct? However, they want people to feel good, and it's kind of like when we talk about incels. People want incels to feel better about themselves, get a woman, right? Or when we talk about, let's just say, if I say students, this kid, he a little, but I'm gonna speak life into him. Like, you can do it, baby. You speak because you want them to feel good about themselves. And sometimes when a person looks in the mirror, dang, what's going on?
They're mirror?
Yeah. I'm like, why couldn't that come out right? That was weird.
Your brain don't like what you're saying right now.
Listen, when you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, that reflects. So people are trying to get like, hey, start liking what, because I've never seen so many depressed people. This is probably the most depressed generation ever, right? Because social media, all that kind of stuff. Everybody going to see a therapist. It's so many things. People, they're just very depressed. What's that drug they give you when you're depressed that everybody's taking?
So long.
Whatever. That's how we're moving, right? So if you can speak into that person, be like, no, that's not you. To give them a little bit of pump, a little bit of before they, it's kind of like that man who want to jump and you just like, no, you can be all you can be. Like, don't do that. It's like, does that make sense? You gotta speak positive into people, because guess what? She not gonna. You can be like, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. It could be a health issue why she can't lose weight. It could be a ton of other things. That person know they big. Them people on 600 pounds know they big. They can't move. They can't get out of bed.
Well, I think that's the bigger question. What do you? Okay, so when you tell the truth to somebody, what are you getting out of it? What is your intent? And I think that's really the bigger issue. What is your intent on telling? Now, I can understand a loved one where you have a relationship with, you're concerned about them, whatever. But what is your intent in telling the person the truth if it's not going to impact you in any way and they don't have a relationship with you where it would matter to them? And I think that's where,
especially when it comes to being fat. Because
right.
how does her fat hurt you?
Right. Other than you just wanting to call it out for the sake of just like what?
Because y'all both eating burgers and it's killing both of you. You may be a slimmer version, but it's killing both of you. If you see what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's all. That's the bigger issue, is that a lot of times we are trying to tell the truth with the wrong intent. Is to trying to tell the truth because I want to break them down off their high horse. I want to tell the truth because they're delusional. They ain't that cute. They think they are 8, but they really are 3. Like, what is the point in that? Like, how does that impact your life in any way?
I think make you feel better. You a 3, tell the girl you a 3, like telling the other person, nigga, you ain't.
So
like,
I could agree with y'all, but y'all specifically asked us a question about Lizzo. We gave you a direct, truthful answer.
We're not talking about Lizzo. We're talking about in general. It comes to, you're saying when the question was, what are women being lied to about? Because the scale don't lie. When a woman jump on the scale, she knows she getting big. When she see numbers that she know it. A fact is a fact is a fact.
So even though she know it, why does she still ask me, does she look fat?
Right.
Because being fat and looking fat is 2 different things.
Look, is she really asking you that?
Yeah.
No, she not.
Yes.
Why she not?
Women do.
If a woman is already, no, listen. If a woman is already like, and I don't know Lizzo, but Lizzo,
you're not gonna use names. But if a girl goes 600 pounds and she asks you is she fat,
she's not going to ask you that. Now, what she might say is, do I look cute? Do I look nice? Right? She's not going to say, do I look fat? Because she's aware of her weight. So women who are aware of their weight, and most women are, we are aware. There's no way we can't be. We can't. So we're reminded every day. Like, so we know when we're overweight or what have you. What 9 times out of 10, they're asking, do I look okay? Do I look good? They're not
the wrong word.
Do I look fat? They're not.